Hello, Teacher Courtney here. I have been meaning to do an updated video because I have recently signed my second contract with VIPKID. I am still teaching and I am loving it. I have met so many wonderful kids and their families. I have had my eyes open to a beautiful culture. And even though I am the teacher, I have learned so much from them. One of the biggest things I have learned since starting with VIP Kid is that not every teacher's journey is the same. The company is on the newer side, so they are always evolving and trying new things, whether it has to do with the hiring process or getting teachers ready for the classroom. Things are even different from when I was hired 6 months ago. It is also important to remember that the company is based in China, so there is a language barrier there, and that can cause a little bit of difficulty sometimes when communicating back and forth. But just be patient and go with the flow. It is well worth it. When I was a brand new teacher, I joined a ton of VIP kids social media groups, mainly on Facebook. These groups were incredibly helpful and answering my questions and giving me support when I needed. But I also found myself comparing my own teaching styles to others. It took some time for me to realize that I have my own teaching personality and to get comfortable in my skin. You will meet teachers who call themselves minimalists, whether it's their background or maybe they don't use as many props, if at all. And then you will have those teachers who have, a louder classroom per se and use a ton of props and high energy. Or you have the quieter teachers that may appeal to a student who is a bit shy and wants a little bit more calmness. There are so many different teaching personalities and they all rock it in the classroom. And it's great because this gives parents and students a variety to choose from, because guess what? There's a ton of students and they all have different personalities too. So it may take some time, but just try not to compare yourself to another teacher because we are all different. And once you find your teaching personality, I know I keep using that term, and get comfortable in your own skin, you are just things will just go so much more smoothly. One of the biggest things that I stressed about as a brand new VIP kid teacher was using props in the classroom. I know that VIP Kid stresses props, especially they talk about it a lot when you're going through the whole process. I finally learned, for me personally, that the more props doesn't always equal a better classroom experience. In the beginning, I was so worried about using props that it was actually kind of hindering my teaching because it would get confusing as I would try to shuffle through them. And so I have a lot of props, but there are those that I use almost every day that I am teaching. So I will show those to you. All right. I always use my handy dandy microphone, especially with those younger students about level two. Um, just singing the songs and then holding it out for them to sing. And so they all know, my regulars know this microphone. Um, I use, if I can grab them, Meg and Mike. Every single day. I use them often for just different lessons. These are two main characters that are in a lot of the lessons. We use them when we're learning pronouns, he, she, and things like that. Um, Boy, girl, just different things. I use Meg and Mike quite often. And one of the props that I use, if I can open it, my handy dandy flashcards. As you can see, I have organized them and written out the words, the sight words for each lesson. This is level two. So, and I use this accordion file to hold all of my flashcards. So, and I have them organized, if you can see, all by my levels, and so easy to just pull them out. Here's my level one or level two unit one flashcards. My kids love it. I always make noises, so and we go through our flashcards. And then right after class, I simply just put them back in my little accordion folder and we are done. And so I use those all the time. Here's another accordion folder I have, or file, with my flashcards, my letter flashcards, as well as colors and animals. So I love these flashcards. I have them in another video. Um, Big A, small a. And so easy. I have them to pull them out and then just file them away and put them right back up. So I highly recommend these little accordion folders to help keep you organized. Another thing I use quite often, my whiteboard. I have three of these actually. I always leave these letters on this particular board when we're working on our CVC words, our consonant vowel consonant words. And this is left over from a previous lesson when we were going through learning different CVC words. But I also have my little one that I use to actually write on for different things. Another little prop that I use quite a bit is my arrow. I use this little guy all the time. And some of the upper levels, you start talking about different, oh, there we go, talking about different body parts and things. Also in level 2, actually, we talk about parts of your face. And so I use my little arrow quite a bit. So, and randomly enough, I actually use this carrot a lot. The kids really, really like my stuffed carrot. So they love it when I'm like, I don't know, kids, right? But and then my favorite reward system, that's another thing that a lot of people stress over. My favorite reward system that I go to a lot is my spinner. As you can see, it is in rough shape because I use it often. The question mark, when they land on a question mark, I just ask them a question about the lesson. Um, what is your favorite color during the color lesson? Um, where are you from? I am from China, and things like that. So I always use sound effects. I do this, and they say stop. And what did you get? All right, you got a star. High five. So that is my favorite reward system. So, like I said, sometimes during a day, those are the only props I use. And as you can see, it's not a lot. And I don't even use all those props for one lesson. So it just depends. You have to kind of strike that balance. Talk about lighting. Lighting is so important in your VIP kid classroom. I will include a picture of a before and after of my classroom so you can see how much better my lighting is now. Luckily, I came across a video by VIP Kid teacher Jennifer Anderson. And she talks about the different light bulbs and watts and lumens and you name it. She is knowledgeable. I am very grateful to teacher Jennifer Anderson for helping me to improve my teaching environment. So I highly recommend her YouTube video. As awesome as this job is, it is also possible to become burned out. On your teacher portal, there is a tab that says payment. And as each class closes out, you can just watch those dollars add up. So it's very easy to say, oh, I'll just open another slot. It's only 25 minutes. Oh, I'll just open a slot here, which is a recipe for burnout. When I was about 3 to 4 months in, I was working 7 days a week. And even though it was about 2 to 4 hours, depending on the day, I didn't have one full day away from VIP Kid, which was starting to not only affect me, but my family as well. So I had to find a balance. And so now I work an overnight on Friday and have the rest of Saturday and all of Sunday off. And then I work Monday on throughout the week. So it has been a lot better for not only me, but for my husband and my children as well. So it's very important to find that balance. Let's talk about the students. The students. I have met so many amazing kids through VIP Kid. And then I've also met those students that maybe we just don't quite connect. I don't know if you are like me, but I am that person that just wants everybody to like me. And it really bugs me when somebody doesn't. One of the hardest lessons I've had to learn is that not every student is going to like my class. They are not always going to think I'm funny, and they are not always going to participate. And that has been a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. Not only the students, but also the parents. There are some parents that are going to be hard to please, and sometimes they might leave you a negative review. In VIP Kid world, that is apples. We receive apples from parents. We can receive 1 through 5, 5 apples being the best, and it's always a stinger when you get that one apple. Um, it's hard to take, but then you have to realize, you got to shake it off and move forward, because for every student that maybe did not enjoy your class, there's a ton more who love you as a teacher, and those are the students that's best to just focus on and move forward. As you continue in your VIP Kid career, you will most likely gain regulars. Those kids that you see weekly, if not multiple times a week. As a teacher, it's very easy to think of those kids as your own. I know that there are students that I see often, and in my mind, I think they are mine, all mine, but they're not. Every VIP Kid student is paired with a Chinese teacher called a learning partner, and these learning partners encourage the students to take classes from several different teachers so they can hear the different dialects. This helps to enhance their learning experience. It's important to remember that if you see that one of your students has taken classes with somebody else, it can be a little bit of a heartbreak though when you've been seeing a student regularly for weeks, if not months, and then boom, out of nowhere, you see feedback from another teacher. But it's best just to smile and say it is what is good for them. And remember, it can also help to keep things fresh in your own classroom, because sometimes it is a little bit hard when you see students over and over and over again to keep things new and exciting. It can get a little bit monotonous. So there is a silver lining to them seeing somebody else, but that is one thing to expect as you gain some regulars. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email or leave me a comment. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.